What's up, guys? Welcome to my latest versus battle video. This is a long time in the making, Thor vs. Wonder Woman. I am going over both characters, their strengths, weaknesses, abilities, all that, to figure out who will win. Now, I'll go over all of Thor's abilities and things first and then Wonder Woman's, as I feel that will be a little bit more balanced to the video. Now, let's start off first with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, although not as physically strong as Superman, especially in many variations, she is set against Superman on multiple occasions, like when Maxwell Lord telepathically controls Superman and has him try to kill Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman throughout this entire engagement is, although fighting a bloodlusted Superman being quite powerful in his own right, she is putting up a good fight. She does get hurt a few times, especially when Superman breaks her hand in one panel. But they are seen as relative, but Superman doesn't consider her stronger than him. Superman himself has recently stated that he has transcended time and space, weight, and other such concepts that would hold him back, like time. So this would essentially put him past immeasurable speed, making him able to basically how I would explain it to a non-power scaler is basically, think of it, he moves so fast it's like teleporting, basically. That he moves so fast there's practically no space being moved in between for him. And he also does the same thing with time travel when he's flying around. Wonder Woman herself has fought against Professor Zoom, a speedster who has fought the Flash on several occasions. The Flash himself, just like Superman, can run through time and space, travel into different dimensions with their footsteps, or just by running a few meters. Cheetah, one of Wonder Woman's villains, was fighting the Flash and was actually landing some pretty good blows on him, tearing apart his costume. In considering Cheetah did this, and at this point, Zoom and Cheetah, they were both fighting. Zoom was fighting Wonder Woman at the time, and Cheetah was fighting Flash. It essentially is telling us that these two are comparable in speed to their counterparts. Cheetah is able to fight a Flash, and Wonder Woman is fighting Zoom blindfolded. Although she is getting mollywopped, she is able to eventually just beat him. Then we have several times where her skill is shown against when she fights against Ares. Ares, the god of war, who stands above all concepts in space and time in DC Comics. Essentially, he knows all forms of martial arts. Wonder Woman, across space and time, it's one of his abilities that are listed down. And we can extrapolate this through other characters and other means, that he knows all forms of warfare, which would include martial arts and training and weapons. And Wonder Woman has beaten Ares several times. He's sort of her main villain, although you would argue it's Cheetah, but think of him like the bane for Wonder Woman. He shows up and gives her a hard time a lot, but Wonder Woman is still able to beat him with some success. Wonder Woman is also great at predicting her foes' attacks. Example being when she fought Zoom. She's also quite acrobatic, as she's able to just, although without her flight, she is able to leap through his entire city. And when she was mortal and didn't have her powers, she was able to show off her skills much better, especially her agility. She shows off her combat speed as she blocks all a barrage of lasers from Superman's heat vision. With her with Superman going, and after Wonder Woman blocked the barrage of his heat vision, with Wonder Woman saying, "You call that fast?" And the bracelets. Now that we've established like her durability and whatnot in her speed, where she scales to. She scales to characters that can destroy a multiverse. Destroy universal level things, like a castle that's built to withstand the Big Bang. Superman one shot destroyed it. He also fought another Superman, Superboy Prime, who with a single punch retconned a bunch of comics and essentially is the reason why Jason Todd was brought back to the dead. You can see it in the panel where Superboy Prime punches reality. You can see where Death in the Family is. So, with that level of conceptual power, Wonder Woman is, well, quite strong, as she's able to take several blows from a bloodlusted Superman who who just a little bit before that did fight who before after that would fight Superboy Prime. Now, getting to Wonder Woman's weapons, her other abilities, her skills, she has a sword that is so sharp that it can split atoms, and when she used it right in front of Superman, it essentially hit with the force. Essentially did a nuclear bomb type move, and the mushroom cloud was so big that it would essentially be the size of an island. This sword, essentially due to its properties, bypasses durability. Combine that with Wonder Woman's strength, and it's quite overpowered. Wonder Woman has the lasso of truth. It can manipulate and bend its size. She can use it like a whip, and can use it to hold down objects, people, and if a person's a shapeshifter while they're touching it, they'll go back to their original form. Her tiara, it's not just to make her look better. It's used to slit throats and be used like a boomerang and just cut off people's heads. As this old dude who was using his beard to snare Wonder Woman, she took off her tiara and threw it at the guy and decapitated him. Then we have Wonder Woman using the bracelets of submission, her little bracers that are unbreakable, by the way, to vaporize someone with the lightning they can project outwards. They can also create well, not a force field, but like a small little dome piece that's like a shield. With the bracers, she can also create shockwaves to knock things or people back. She can also pull weapons out of there like spears, her own sword, the lasso of truth, and so on. And she also has pretty good hearing and enhanced senses, with her being able to see things miles away. Now, getting into Thor. Thor, his destructive output and destructive capacity with his own physical strength is enough to where hitting opponent named Gore the God Butcher caused planets and moons around caused a planet a moon uh on the planet that he's on, uh a moon that's near the planet that he's on, to start getting destroyed due to the sheer due to shock waves that he's producing with every strike. uh he oh his power does exceed beyond that, with him being able to fight the Hulk after he's been enraged and constantly getting stronger. Hulk at his baseline is planetary to star at base, and then when he does get increasingly more and more angry, he he reaches a multiversal level with or close to outer, with him being able to take down opponents like the one below all, who would be able to take out the entire multiverse in Marvel, and the one Earth in Marvel 616 houses separate dimensions within it. So essentially, one dimension in Marvel is essentially its own multiverse. Thor was going to Thor scales durability wise to one multiverse, as seen when he fights multiple beings on Galactus's level. Uh, Example being, well, Galactus, Silver Surfer, etc. Although he did get clobbered on by Null, I believe, Null himself can kill Celestials. Celestials are the ones that created the multiverse. So there is that. Uh, and Thor does scale to Hulk, who was the one who defeated the one below all. Then we have uh, all his scaling to Hercules, which would just place him squarely at Universal. All his other scaling is extremely good in terms of speed, with him being able to outpace the likes of Quicksilver, who can outrun radio waves. Radio waves essentially are the speed of light. Thor is essentially immune to time hacks, so if someone tried to erase him from time using a beam, that would increase his age. It would essentially, it wouldn't work because as Guardians, well, mainly Thor, gets stronger with time and also age extremely slow. He's also immune to matter manipulation and a whole bunch of toxins. So is Wonder Woman too, but that's not even at the tip of the cake with her. Uh, uh, Thor has pretty good regeneration with him being able to survive giant cuts on his hand and body with uh, being able to heal it within seconds. Speed-wise, Thor scales the Silver Surfer. Surfer at his max can essentially he scales to characters like Null who uh, they can't break time like others, but they essentially teleport while moving. It's the immeasurable speed that I mentioned earlier, um, where they don't break the universe while moving, but they do move so fast where time is a non-factor. Then we have the God Blast from Thor. Thor can harness all his power into a mighty beam that can scare away Galactus, whom, well, he was going to destroy the multiverse in his fight with Mephisto, which took place in Hell. So, there is that. Um, so his overall raw power scales above multiversal entities like Galactus, who wasn't afraid of it. He just Galactus's whole thing is that he feeds off of energy and matter, and if there's no more matter being created, since all things in the multiverse would be gone, then he would want to keep it around. Then we have Thor. He can manipulate the weather, being able to create hurricanes, summon giant clouds that can help increase his chances in a fight by blinding his foes. A wide array of lightning to vaporize mountains, like threatening to destroy Ego's nose. Ego is a living planet. A nose would be bigger than any mountain on Earth, due to the sheer size of Ego and the fact that you can see his face from if Ego came to Earth one day, you'd be able to see his nose as a pretty big facial feature. It'd be like if my face was cut out and plastered on the atmosphere. You'd be able to it would be bigger than any mountain. So what I'm getting at is that his lightning alone is probably multi-continental, but just to be safe, I'm gonna skirt around that. 2. Warrior's Madness. Warrior's Madness is the super mode that Thor has where he grows 10 times stronger, but he loses his sanity. Then we have Mjolnir. With Mjolnir is Thor's trusty hammer. He can telekinetically control it, with it being able to rebound off surfaces, fly out of a black hole back into Thor's hands, and just go anywhere with his thoughts. He uses it to fly all the time, and it gives him overall better. It gives him overall a better use of his weather manipulation, giving him absolute control over it. He can also shoot the God Blast out of the hammer and harness the power of Mjolnir to take away more power from the area he's in and increase his range of power. It can also absorb energy, as it took out all of the energy from the presence being a gamma being like the Hulk, and also can deflect energy blasts like from Moonstone, deflecting her lasers, and it's also able to drain high level amounts of energy, like how it drained dry a celestial. Celestials are multiversal entities, like I said earlier. And Thor can do the same thing to rip out energy from other places like planets. He can essentially do this to either drain his foe of their power or increase his own. Now we get into the big stuff. Who will win, Wonder Woman or Thor? Well, it comes down to one thing: speed. Wonder Woman is too skilled for Thor, as although he is quite experienced with it over centuries of uh, experience, time travel, and, well, everything. Wonder Woman, overall, a better hand-to-hand combatant, as her verse does have crazy things like people being able to see opponents that come in from the future, like Batman, with her being able to beat Batman on several occasions, and Ares would scale above Batman, as the Dark Knight himself does, as the Dark Knight himself is a master practitioner of 127, I believe it's 127 martial arts on Earth, along with tactics, master of disguise, so on and so forth. It's a overall thing with Wonder Woman that she's trained with Batman. Batman also keeps on improving martial arts wise, so he's sort of her benchmark in terms of martial prowess, as Batman himself also has a good keen eye for with combat intuition. So overall, Wonder Woman scales above him and Ares, which is actually pretty ridiculous. Thor, some of the minuses with him is that he can't fly without his hammer. He also doesn't have as good as weather manipulation without it. He loses a really good ability, his energy absorption, because Wonder Woman, she could use it on Thor, although Thor is not immune to energy attacks like Zeus's lightning. So overall, Wonder Woman, her sword, her strength, her abilities, all scale either to Thor or above him, like how her sword can neg durability. Her speed is much better, her skills are much better, and overall, she's the queen. Thank you all for watching. Hit subscribe if you liked the video. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the bell notification to, well, get notifications for when new videos come out. And I will see you all next time. Bye.